Hello everybody, this is English for You, the program that helps you improve your English. In the studio today I'll have my Fazeha students. Kata, how are you doing?
Fine, thank you.
Szabolcs, how's it hanging?
Fine, thanks.
Victoria, what's up?
Everything's great.
Good. Victor, how are you doing?
I'm great, thank you.
Good. Matyi, my private student, would you give me a nice wave?
Hi, Victor.
How are you?
I'm a little bit tired, but I hope after the show I will be happy and
I think
more
this
energy.
show will give you some extra energy.
Really?
I'm absolutely sure about
I remember.
this. And today's special guest is Mr. Alexis Latham. Thank you for joining us. How would you feel if I switched from English to Hungarian all through the show? How would you feel?
More nervous than I do at the moment.
You've been living here in Hungary for a couple of years, right?
5 years, yeah.
Still, that would be a problem. That would be a little bit difficult.
Yes, it would.
Okay, so you know that Alexis has been living in Hungary for a couple of years, but you don't exactly know what he is. And there's going to be a picture to help you, this one. And it's going to be a sort of multiple choice activity. A, B, C, or D. Which one would you buy? A. Alexis is an opera singer performing an aria by Mozart. B. An extremist politician full of seemingly righteous anger, but basically just hatred. C. An actor performing on stage, doing some kind of drama. D. A patient in a dentist's waiting room. So which one would you buy, Szabolcs?
Well, I will go for the thing that he is an actor, because this skull maybe helps you a little bit.
Mm-hmm. So the skull helped you?
That doesn't fit into the picture of a dentist waiting room or something.
Excellent. Good. I've got this flyer here. Now, a flyer is a little sheet of paper that is given you in the street advertising something. In this case, this flyer advertises a theater performance, right? And you can see the flyer here on the projector as well. And I would like you, Alexis, to just read out what you can see here.
Me?
Yeah.
Okay, so at the top, in very small writing, it says Scala Bhushan Calibri Theatre Budapest present Looking for Hamlet. And then underneath, it's So you a killer.
Right, so looking for Hamlet. I told Alexis that you are a very intelligent student, so please don't tell me that you've never ever heard of an individual named Hamlet. Anyway, you are 11th graders, and last year it was a sort of set book or required reading.
Yeah.
So what does Hamlet represent? Kata?
Well, I guess he's looking for the truth because he's not really sure, and there's a very famous phrase in it that's to be or not to be. But I think it's not the main problem of this story, but to do or not to do, because he doesn't know if he should kill the queen or not.
Right, Victoria?
Yeah, he's very reflective, and he should get active because of the promise he's made to the ghost of his father. And still he doesn't know what to do because his moral expectations are opposing this act.
Thank you very much. Alexis, when did you first meet Hamlet?
In 1995, properly, let's say. I mean, I knew about it before. I played Hamlet in a small fringe theatre in London. That was the first time.
And how? What do you think about the kids' answers to Hamlet?
Very accurate, very interesting. I think it, to be or not to be, is the crux question, and it is very much about an active thing, about do I become an active person and actually change the life around me, or do I let the life affect me and go with the flow of the life and be more intellectual about it?
Thank you. Alexis is going to perform the first couple of minutes from Looking for Hamlet, and Group 1, including Matyi, would you just listen to the to the character he's going to portray first. So what kind of a character he is, and also what are the characteristic features of the first character. Group 2, what is the second character Alexis is going to portray, and again, the characteristic features. Now, Alexis, over to you, and I'm going to disappear somewhere at the back, and just enjoy the show.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Before the show starts, I'd just like to say a few words about the show, about why do a show about Hamlet. And one of the reasons I was thinking of doing it is because Hamlet is within all of us. I mean, at certain moments within everybody's life, there comes a moment which is like, well, it's a kind of sort of a Hamlet moment, where you say to yourself, to be or not to be? What am I going to do? Am I going to be this person and make a stand? Or am I going to be another person and do something else? And although you've got your mind, you've got your genes forcing you on, helping you to come to some kind of decision, you know, you've got your whole experience pushing you on, sometimes there comes a moment where you say, no, hold on, what about me? What do I want to do? Do I want to be this person? Or do I want to be another person and do something completely different altogether? I mean, do I want to go into business, become businessman? It's very nice. I'm sitting in front of my PC. I've got black shiny shoes, a big tie and a mobile phone. I'm crossing things off on my list to do. Or do I want to do something just a little bit more kind of sort of bohemian with my life? You know, do something a little bit kind of sort of creative, like be a writer. Yeah, something like that. And what are the pros and cons of this? Well, if I'm the businessman, it's very nice. I've got schedules, people to meet, places to go. Everybody thinks I'm an important person. But if I'm this kind of sort of bohemian figure, well, you know, who's going to give me any money for writing my book? And then everybody's probably going to criticize me for all my kind of sort of creative ideas. But I could have a bit of both. Yeah. I mean, I could be one and the other. That way I could wear a nice kind of sort of linen jacket and baggy linen trousers and a collarless shirt. Oh, no, just black. Everything black. And people would probably look at me and they'd probably say, yeah, looks like a nice kind of sort of creative guy. But he does something really interesting, like he's an artist or a writer or something like that. But when they don't see me, I'm sitting in front of my PC, I'm on the phone, I'm flying business class all over Europe, earning lots of money, and then I can have a flat and a car and the best of both worlds, yeah. Although, that does conjure up problems of responsibility. No, because, I mean, which life am I actually living? Am I the bohemian or am I the businessman? Yeah, because actually, I'd just be lying to you, wouldn't I? And there's that quote at the beginning of Hamlet where he says, foul deeds will rise, though all the world o'erwhelm them to men's eyes.
Ooh, thank you very much.
That's okay.
Ooh. Group 1, what was the first character Alexis was portraying? Sobot.
Maybe it was a businessman.
Excellent.
Okay.
A businessman.
Yes,
and Victor, the second one.
A bohemian, an artist.
Excellent, a bohemian. Now, it's good, these two words are going to come up pretty soon. A businessman and a bohemian. A bohemian is a sort of person living a relaxed way of life, not accepting behavior, social rules. And I looked it up in the dictionary and it said, the classic example was artists, musicians, and actors. Are you a bohemian, by the way?
Well, I wouldn't have put it quite like that, no. I mean, I don't think my life's that relaxed, if that's how you define a bohemian.
Right. And the other task was to find the characteristic features of a businessman. Moti?
To find a characteristic.
Yeah. So how did he portray a businessman? What were the
picked
attributes?
up the mobile. That was very fun for me. And with his laptop, I think it's the same in English, not laptop. And it was
Thank you. Two very good examples. And what about the kota? What about the suit?
Well, he cares all about the money, and he's got very strict rules. He's got always something to do. He doesn't care about anything else but money and making money.
Right. And do you remember the clothes?
Yeah, the linen.
No, that was the. I think that was the other one.
Black shiny shoes.
Black shiny shoes and a
Tie.
tie. Good. And now the other group. Over to the other group. The clothes, Victor.
So I don't know. The clothes are just groovy or not that strict.
Loose fitting.
Loose fitting.
You remember
baggy
baggy trousers, linen suit, and everything is what color? Black, if I remember well. Everything's
Was.
black. Could be black, and colorless shirt. Right. Okay. Foul deeds will rise, all the earth overwhelms them to men's eyes. And this is in Hungarian. I mean, it's Act 1, Scene 2. Rút csíny nem marad, borítsa bár egész föld alatt. Why is the title looking for Hamlet? What has it got to do with Hamlet?
Well, if we go back to the central question of to be or not to be, that's made fairly relevant at the beginning. And it's about what person do I want to be. And in Hamlet, he has that choice. And I think people do sometimes have that choice. The situation around you can affect you and can change you to the person you are. And I think also, if I take it to myself, because I wrote it, that coming to a new country, you almost have a choice, that you have an opportunity to recreate yourself if you want to. So.
Thank you. Alexis jumped from one persona to the other. So there were two personae in this play in the first few minutes. Now, a persona is the kind of behavior you behave when you are with other people to make them think that you are a particular type of person. Okay, so for example, my teacher persona is a little bit different from my father persona. And this is the question now. How many personae do you have? What is your home persona like? What is your student persona like? Kata?
Well, I thought a lot about it, and I found out that I have a lot of personae. And at home, there are two parts of me. The way I behave with my sister, and I'm playing the calm and clever and a little bit despising elder sister, but that's just because my sister is younger. And with my parents, I try to be the good daughter and obey. With my friends, at home I'm not really cheerful, but with my friends I am the optimist who never loses faith, but sometimes has melancholic periods. When I'm traveling by metro, for example, I act like someone who's not even there. So I a lot of personae, I think.
Personae. And what helps you acting out these different roles? I mean, clothes, or the way you speak, or gestures, or mimics?
I guess mimics. That's the most important.
Right. Szabolcs, well, how many personae? What personae?
I've thought of two.
Yeah.
Very characteristic personas. Well, in the school, I think I want to look talented, reliable.
And you are not?
It. I hope I am. And if I am in the company of my friends, I want to look frank. I want to have a good sense of humor. I want to be just free and easy. And I hope I succeed.
Thank you very much. Matyi, what's your television persona like?
Oh, I have at the show I'm a little bit boring, Vicky said. but in my life I'm more funnier, I think. At home I let my hair down, and I joke with my sisters and my brother. At the university I'm very serious, because law is serious. And with my girlfriend, I'm romantic, I'm so kindly. I think she called me before to the studio because I'm laying. No, I have many
Personae. Good.
Yeah.
Excellent, Mathieu. And you used a fantastic phrase, at home I let my hair down.
It is from Kata.
Got to help you a little bit? Victoria, what about your persona?
Yes, I can add an extra point, which is in a community, because everybody's a little bit different at home and at school, I think. Now, in a community, that's something different, because there all you have to do is get around with people. And what's important about me is that I try to emphasize how enthusiastic I am, and I try to connect people, and I try to do away with all the prejudices that affect them so that they don't connect each other or not really make friends with each other.
Thank you very much. Victor, it's your turn.
Yes, I have a main persona, and I perform it at home and in the school. So I want to be a funny guy, not a funny guy, yes, because I want to. So I like people to watch people laugh, because.
So you
I
are the
don't-
entertainer.
Yes, I want to be the entertainer. Yes.
Right. Luckily, there's no Jekyll and Hyde in the studio, so basically there's no real contradiction between or among our personae. Don't you think that everybody is an actor in a way? I mean, I've been listening to these guys saying that they have different personae, which means that they have different roles to play. And what's the difference then between an ordinary person, a man in the street, and an actor? Because that's what you have to do, to think of different personae. Is that true?
Yes, I suppose it is. It was interesting listening to it. And I think that probably there is a difference in that most of the time the personae that we develop are defense mechanisms for ourselves. So where Marty said that he's studying law, so he has this very serious front. But again, that can be it. That says, I'm serious, I'm knowledgeable. And it's almost like a defensive mechanism. Whereas when you're playing a character on the stage, you have to explore the whole depth and variety of one persona.
And that's what you did with the businessman and the bohemian.
Tiny little bit.
Yeah, trying. Well, I think you succeeded in doing it. Right. I've read this sentence on the back of one of the flyers, and it goes like this again. Would you help me read it out, please?
Scaramouche and Colibri have once again fused together British and Hungarian theatre styles.
Right. So would you please tell us what this Scaramouche and Colibri, that's one question. And the other question is, what is this fusing Hungarian and British theatre style? So what are the differences?
Well, the Scaramouche is the name for my group, and we work inside Colibri, but we belong to the same company. But it's because it's in English, it's good to have it as a different name so people recognise it. Fusing together, I think the word fuse is a good word, because the person who directs all my shows is Novak János, and he doesn't speak any English. And this fusing together, it really happens that way. We have a translator in the theatre with us when we're rehearsing, and he throws things in, I throw things in, and some of them stick together and fuse together, and some of them don't, and then they're left out.
And what about the Colibri?
Colibri is mainly a children's theatre that's based in Jokaite, and they do some adult shows as well, and they have a very interesting way of working where they use puppets on stage with actors and experiment with that visual way. And in fact, they've just done Hamlet with puppets and actors on stage.
Thank you very much. I think I'm going to ask you to perform another little scene to portray another very interesting individual. And your job is going to be to try and think about this individual. So what character this person is going to be. And for this, I think you need this chair.
Yes.
And you don't need your jacket,
I don't
right?
need my jacket.
So I'm going to place down the chair here,
Correct.
right? And again, I'm going to disappear. Good luck to you.
Thanks.
Okay, you have got one life. That's all you've got. So don't wait for another life to come along and say, yoo-hoo, here I am. I'm going to make your pathetic little lives worth living, because it's not going to happen, no. The only people out there who can make your lives worth living are you losers. You got to stand up on your own 2 feet. You got to say, yeah, it's me. I'm here, and I'm going to live my life here, now, today, as me. That's what you've got to say. Okay, okay, no. I don't need your applause. I don't need anything from you people. I've taken your money. It's you. You creeps out there, you need something from me. That's what you need. Take a look at this chair. See this chair here? It's got 4 good, strong legs on it. Yeah, it's not messed up like you creeps out there. But what happens if I take one of these legs off? There we go. Then suddenly the chair's messed up. And when I sit on the chair, I've got to sit on the front of the chair because I'm kind of worried about what's going to happen behind me. And I'm sitting here and you see me and you think there's something wrong with me because I've gone all small and creepy. And if I say to myself, hey, it's okay, I'm big, I'm brave, I can sit back, whoops, over I go, my ass is in the air. I look like a fool. I look like you creeps out there. Okay, I'm done with talking. Where are the volunteers? Come along now. Where are the volunteers? Where's Clydie?
Thank you very much. Thanks a lot. How do you imagine the whole situation? So what was it? Victoria, how...
It's the end of the play, wasn't it? Could have been.
Could have been, but what about, how do you imagine the whole thing?
It's the audience is watching, and it's just kind of, they are surprised because they haven't been expecting to be talked to, and then it's kind of, the whole play is really actual then if you talk to them, and they take it all to themselves.
And what kind of people were in the audience?
Normal people.
Szaboly, Kata?
He said something about that he had taken their money, so he might have sold, I don't know, sold something.
And I think Alexis called the audience creeps and
Losers.
Creeps and losers. What kind of character did he portray? Got any idea?
Really confident.
Yes. Confident? Was it really, I mean, was the guy really confident? Or it's just a Victor, please?
He liked to show off.
Yes, that's what I think. That's what I think. Victoria, you wanted to say...
He was kind of aggressive because he seemed to have everything under control, but in fact, maybe he didn't at all, and that's why he was so really aggressive and confident looking.
Yeah, Alexis. So what was this individual like?
Well, the individual was a trainer, a personality trainer, somebody like that. And that's what he was doing. So the situation, the audience suddenly become people at a personality training. They've paid to go there, and he's training them. He's trying to motivate them by being aggressive.
Right. And I think the guy was really a little bit shallow, a little bit superficial, so not really deep, showing off as... Who said that? Victor? Good. Now, I think it's going to be the last thing we are going to do, and it's going to be a sentence from a review. A review is an article in a magazine or newspaper giving an opinion about a new play, a new book, or a new performance. And this is one sentence I found. Alexis, again, over to you. Would you be so kind as to read it out?
Yes. Excellent acting and a well-paced, fluid narrative make this one-man play a must-see to any theatre lover.
Right. Good review.
Yes, that's
now,
why it's there.
Pace is the rate of speed at which somebody does something. That's the rate. Fluid means relaxed and graceful without stoppings and thinking. Now, this is a little bit difficult to try and translate this, but would you just try and give an offhand translation? Vicky?
Kitűnő alakítás és jól elhelyezett folyékony narráció teszik ezt az egyszemélyes darabot, vagy igen, egy olyan darabba, amit semmilyen színházrajongó nem hagyhat ki.
Excellent. I'm amazed. Congratulations. Alexis, thank you very much for coming.
Thanks.
And we really enjoyed your show. And goodbye for now. Next week, it's going to be again English for you. Something interesting. Bye for now.